Want that pizzeria style flavor without spending hours in the kitchen? This sauce is my secret weapon. It's so much better than the pizzeria. Hi, I'm Christina from It Is a Keeper and CakeMixRecipes.com. I share tried and true recipes that anyone can make. I believe if you can read, you can cook. Today I'm showing you how to make my San Marzano pizza sauce. It's a no-fuss recipe that packs a ton of flavor. To make it easier for you, I included a link to the full printable recipe in the video description below, so make sure you grab it. All right, so let's get started with our pizza sauce. First things first, I'm going to add some olive oil and butter to my pot. Now I'm using kind of a pot with deep sides because this has a simmer for a while and you don't want it to bubble all over the place. So that's why I chose this deep-sided pot. So next up, while this is finishing up melting, I'm going to mince some garlic. So I'm using a couple, probably about 4 cloves of garlic here, and I'm running them through my garlic press. I picked some big ones. And we're gonna get that in there. So this is my favorite garlic press. The link to it is in the show notes. You guys know I love it. Oops. And this is why, because it pops right out. So easy to clean. Ooh, I love the smell of garlic cooking in olive oil. It's wonderful. Okay, we don't want to get any color on our garlic. We just want to pull those flavors out of there. So about 30 to 40 seconds. I'm also going to add some seasoning. So I have some onion powder, some oregano, brown sugar, basil, and crushed red pepper. So I'm going to put that all here in our butter and olive oil and just get all those, the oils to come out of the dried herbs. Just kind of waken everything up. You get so much more flavor out of your herbs doing it this way rather than just adding it, to the sauce later on. Okay, that's perfect. Like I said, we only need a couple seconds in there. So to this, I'm going to add my San Marzano tomatoes. So it's usually right on the can, San Marzano. It's a place in Italy where they grow the best and the sweetest tomatoes. So right in it goes. If you can't find them, whoa, that's an angry tomato pot. Let me stir that down a little bit. I've got like tomato sauce all over my arms. It's everywhere. But if you can't find the San Marzano tomatoes in crushed, sometimes I have a hard time finding them as a crushed tomatoes, get the whole peeled ones and just either run them through a blender or food processor or crush them up yourselves with a potato masher or even your hands. But it does make a difference, I think, using good quality San Marzano tomatoes. But the bones of this recipe, they're so good that even if you used regular tomatoes, it's still gonna be good. But go for the San Marzano. Trust me. Okay, so we're gonna get that, now that that's stirred down and I'm cleaning the tomato sauce off my arms, I'm going to add some water and then some Parmesan cheese. And I like to use the fresh grated kind. My butcher sells it already grated, it's perfect. I can just grab it from him. And then to that, I'm also going to add some tomato paste. So about 3 tablespoons here. That's gonna add a nice sweetness to our sauce. And then, okay, I'm going rogue here. You know I hardly ever do this. Just plain salt, no all-purpose seasoning here. So about a teaspoon or so. We're gonna taste it at the end and make sure it's good. Tomatoes are so sweet, they really do need that extra salt. Okay, so we're just gonna get everything stirred together. And this is a no-fuss sauce because it really doesn't require hands-on time beyond this. We're just gonna let this simmer on the stove over the heat, over a low heat for about an hour. I know it sounds like a long time, but it's no fuss because you really don't have to do anything to it. When you think about it, just come over, give it a twirl with the spoon, make sure nothing's sticking and everything's moving around, but you really don't have to do anything else to it. So we're gonna let this hang out for a while and turn into this thick, rich, tomatoey deliciousness. All right, so you can see how much our sauce has thickened. It really came together nicely. This is simmered for quite some time here. It's beautiful. It smells amazing. Couple finishing touches. We're going to add some fresh oregano, just to keep that, like kick that flavor up a little more, and some fresh basil. I just chiffonaded that, and we'll put that in there. You want to add those at the end. You don't want to, in fact, I'm going to turn the heat off. You don't want to add those in the beginning because they'll just cook away to nothing and you really won't get anything out of it. At least this way you'll get that little bite of brightness. And I think we're ready. This sauce smells amazing and you only need a few ingredients. But here's a tip. Use the whole San Marzano tomato and crush them by hand, like I said earlier, for that rustic texture. And if you like a little heat, you can really kick up those red pepper flakes. It just adds a little something. We just added a little bit to provide a little bit of heat on the back end. But if you like it spicier, just kick it up a little more. Now, I can't wait to dig into this sauce. I know you're gonna love it too. So I'm going in with a piece of bread because my grandmother always told me the only way to test sauce is with bread. So I'm going in. Oh, it's good. It's so sweet. This is amazing. It is so good. This San Marzano pizza sauce is definitely a keeper. It's foolproof, flavorful, and will turn every pizza night into something special. Now make sure you share this video with someone who loves good food, and don't forget to grab that printable recipe in the video description below. Thanks for cooking with me today. I'm going in for another dip. If you love this, you've got to check out my heavy hitter marinara sauce next. It's just as easy and equally as delicious. Click right here and I will see you over there.